Hello and welcome to Insights from Autistic. Today's video is about overcoming loneliness. So I'll first start off with some examples from my life, and then I'll tell you how you can help overcome loneliness if you have very little friends, or you're having difficulties finding finding a girlfriend, whatever the case may be. So throughout my life, there have been times where I have felt extremely lonely, and that loneliness was a very painful. And one example, middle school, high school, there'd be times where I'd be perfectly content being lonely. Well, not lonely, but perfectly content being by myself, away from people. And then maybe someone would start talking to me, and then I'd feel something there, not necessarily like in a romantic way, but maybe they'd talk to me, and they would talk about something that interested me, and and then I'd feel lonely because I wouldn't see that person again, or whatever the case may be. This was during middle and high school, and sometimes I would, part of me would be like, oh, I don't want to go and talk to people. I don't do that. Talking to people is a stupid thing to do. And so, for that reason, I'd be having these, I'd be feeling very, very lonely at times. But then, it would go away, and then I'd be like, oh, being lonely is a good thing. I don't mind being lonely. And then, of course, there are times, especially like if you really want a girlfriend or something like that, then you're gonna be, you can be very lonely as you think about what you're lacking in your life, or something, thinking about what you're lacking pretty much. And seeing everybody else, holding hands or kissing or whatever the case may be, especially, in high school, this is pretty prevalent. But even later on in life, it can be pretty bad. Of course, later on in life, the good thing is that usually I would be by myself and not see as many couples, so that wouldn't cause, emotions of loneliness. But seeing other people happy, seeing other people conversing, can lead to, at least it led to me feeling lonely at times. And then of course later in life, I finally had a girlfriend, but then she broke up with me, and then I felt very lonely at times and very depressed and everything because of her not being a part of my life anymore. And so that was very rough on me. So how do you overcome loneliness? Well, first and foremost, as hard as it might sound, I do believe that loneliness is a mental attitude. Now, when I'm saying that, though, there have been times where I would see something and I let myself get lonely, feel those emotions, but I'd be self-aware enough to stop myself, from allowing my emotions to further hinder me, like just kind of like turning them off or something like that. Well, not really turning off the emotions, but the feelings, because sometimes I think that we look at what we don't have, and then it gets to us, this is like I'm trying to explain something kind of complex here. But anyway, with loneliness, the thing to do, is, say you see a couple and you realize you don't have that relationship going for you. You just have to kind of change your thoughts to something else. Or, but you can't be like, oh, I'm never going to have that, and feel like you're lacking. Either you change your thoughts to something completely different, or you're going to be like, you know what, I can have that. It's just a matter of time before I'm in a relationship, and I'm going to make it happen. Sometimes you just have to be like a mental coach for yourself. You have to build yourself up from the inside, which can be harder than it sounds, but it is possible. Or if you realize you don't have any friends, you have to really, it's about building yourself up from the inside. That's really the key to overcoming loneliness. It's about telling yourself that you're a good person, that it's okay, that what's happening now is what's happening now. This is how it is, and you just have to accept it because it is how it is. And you either accept it, or you still accept it, but you say, okay, I'm going to accept this, but I'm going to make a goal that I'm going to do whatever it takes to to have friends or to find that relationship. And like I said, it's about being a coach. It's about saying good things. It's about not contradicting yourself internally. When I mean not contradicting yourself internally, it's not like putting yourself down one moment and then trying to build yourself up the next. You can't say, "Oh, sorry me." You know, don't feel pity for yourself. When you feel pity for yourself, things go downhill. So you have to be strong here in the inside. And despite what other people say about you, despite what anybody else says, you have to believe in yourself first and foremost. You have to know that you are a good person first and foremost. And like I said, don't contradict yourself. And internally, you know, don't say, "Oh, I can't have a girlfriend, but oh, I want that really, really bad." You know, that saying, "I can't have it, but want it really bad," that's going to make you feel bad. No, you have to say, "I want it, and I can get it, and I'm going to do what it takes to have that relationship," or whatever, or just change your thoughts. You know, one or the other. As far as I know, I wish I had, you know, better advice, but that's what's worked for me, is, you know, just building myself up. You know, just being my own best coach, being my own best friend inside, you know. I mean, ultimately we only have who we are, you know. We don't have, you know, it's ultimately about ourselves. It's what it boils down to. So anyway, I thank you for watching this video. I wish everybody an awesome day of awesomeness. Thank you.